And welcome back to Paddling Pool 232. Here we are with round 2 and we're going to watch Medaru versus Dominium. I am Pat, here again with Zari.
Yes, indeed. I already see that people are kind of taking the predictions one way or another here. It's quite a lot to one side, let's just say. But we are going to be, the first game of the match is going to be Clan Blitz Scorge Gorge, which is somewhere to start.
Yeah, I like Clan Blitz Scorge Gorge, like for a Scorge Gorge mode, it's pretty good.
Yet again, it could be much worse. We could be on flat zones. But Scorge Gorge is always just like, you had potential, and I expected more. Do you know what I mean? Originally, I don't know. Maybe I just have very specific opinions on Scorge Gorge because I don't like it. But I just feel like there was so much potential there. But anyway,
I mean, it ends up being a decent clams map, and we can have a lot of fun on it. And I like to see it. And it's the kind of map that shows really how a team is able to play clams. Kinda like go with the back and forth, collecting clams, getting a good push, and getting in. And I like to see it. Like I feel like it's a good estimator of how good a team understands how clams work.
Yes, you do very much need to be ready, and all kind of understanding the strategy you're about to go to before you even really attempt getting on that ramp. Because if you push in, I don't know, drop a shield or pop a whatever to get in there, and your team is not right behind you or about to. Is that a snipe rider? Did I just see a sniper rider? Okay.
Yeah, that's a sniper rider. It's a good weapon now.
Interesting. Well, I've only really seen, Ulysses play it well. But I don't think I've ever seen anyone else really pick it up and take it.
Well, now, lots of top teams have used it, and, if you see .Q playing it, it's incredible. Like, this weapon can do so much. Like, you have the backline and the support for your team at the same time, and so you can have, 3 very aggressive players on your team being completely covered and have a tactical there.
Fair enough. Yeah, I suppose if you use it in that sense, it can work. That's as long as you understand its role. But yeah, very nice, cracking.
Very, very good first attack and a wipe for Medaru. They just need to make a super clam now. That's what you're missing, guys. Like they won the fight, but finally they are scoring.
There we go. How long after the original wipeout there? But they're still going. They're putting the clans in. This might be the end of the push here though, as they're finally Dominium are in and able to clean up and push Medaru the whole way back onto their ramp here.
Yeah, very good effort by Dominium to get back in and profit from the clan panic to just establish their defense and minimize the damage.
Yep, yes, indeed. Also, that they almost lost that clan.
Yeah.
Very almost. But they were able to keep it alive, though they don't have the strongest presence in mid at the moment, especially not with that Inkjet that immediately went down.
But Inkjet went down. Medaru right now, they have again 3 players down. They are not stopping, and this time they have the super clam at the ready. It's going to go very fast, and with Bazooka right now, Medaru in a very much better position than they were the last time, and looking to extend that lead a whole bunch.
Yes, indeed. They've also still got a Kraken online and ready for whenever they need it to maybe keep in, or even just to have a... Never mind. Never mind. They do not have a Kraken anymore. And that will be the end of that push. But that is a very, very nice push for them. They're in a very dominant position here. There's that Sniper Rider just taking them out before they've really known that they're there.
Yeah, they get the points down to 35, and look at the map is still fully yellow. Medaru is still under the basket, constantly threatening things, and with a ball at the ready again, Medaru just needs another good push, and they could score much more points.
Yep, yes, indeed. I would not be surprised if they're able to take that down well below 20 with another strong push here. But that depends if they get that. The Kraken is certainly looking for kills here, but just not able to find what they were looking for. Very unfortunate, but it certainly happens with the Kraken. Everyone runs away.
Everyone runs away, and right now Dominion looking to establish something, that Craptongue though is completely assaulted and not going to get much value. Dominion is really struggling for everything they do right now, and Medaru is really in a very, very good spot!
Oh, yeah, very good spot. One last player able to find that jump out, but that is really not ideal here, and especially since Medaru already have a special ready to help them get in, 2 specials even, and to stay there, but are they going to be able to get much more beyond that power clam in? It does not seem like they're
almost delayed wipe. It's just K trying to stay there. The rest of Dominion are back from spawn. It's just like the lack of clam that made Medaru stop that push.
Yep, just by the skin of their teeth there. This is just not going well. Dominion have finally got maybe a little bit of a stronger presence in mid, but they do need to make sure that they get a couple players down on Medaru before they make this push.
The slosher!
The slosher already here, already causing issues. That means that will probably not be that strong of a push here.
That's push. So short-lived, and right now Dominion, they need a super clam. Right now, oh no, wait, they extended the basket. They can't let the basket close right now, it's overtime.
But they do. But that is exactly what happens.
I feel like that push, that opening of the basket was too early or too late at the same time.
Yeah, and just too desperate. They didn't have a plan for it. They just saw that opening and took it. Like, absolutely, they weren't able to find one earlier in the match. They definitely needed to try and get points on the board, but it just wasn't what they needed, you know? Did not help them as much as they really kind of, I think, were very hoping for. But that will be game 1 to Medaru.
Yeah, Dominion really didn't manage to get control of their territory, and really, like, you'd say that they didn't have any Dominion on the map. I have to say it. I'm not.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it needs to. There's your quota. You've hit it. It's all good. Yeah, we can. That's your Dominion jokes. We appreciate that, and then we move on. Oh, bad. But we are going to be moving on to Splatstone's museum as the kind of match point for Medaru. Dominion weren't able to hold mid ever very consistently, so unless they have a plan coming into this Splatstones, they're going to have a difficult time.
They need to change things. I feel like they were outranged by the Sniper Rider. Like, the ballpoint couldn't keep much space for Dominion. They were constantly struggling to do everything, because everything they had, something started for themselves. There was someone from Medaru just getting the few picks that stopped everything from happening, and the map was completely painted yellow for Medaru, like, during that game 1, and Dominion, they need to change that. They need to make sure that doesn't happen again, and like, if they don't get a change in the way their team comp works, that's going to be very tough on them.
Yes, it will. And yet again, we're seeing similar from Medaru, and that does look pretty much like the same as we were seeing from Dominium.
Yeah.
They're gonna struggle here, but it's still possible if they play this a bit differently. I just don't know what how they're going to play it, and if it's gonna make the difference that they need, really.
Yeah, Dominium needs to find the difference, and they didn't try to adapt to what Medaru was presenting in terms of weapon. Now they have to adapt the gameplay. The Inkjet is coming in and trying to get a few picks, but not getting anything right now. Medaru, they just keep the zone. They don't care.
Yep, yes indeed. They're still working on these points. It's almost below 50 here. And it does drop below 50 before Dominium is able to get into mid, but they are able to find the zone and get it painted. But with those tri-strikes, they're not going to be able to... Are they going to be able to... Nope. They're not going to be able to hold it, and there goes... Well, it's not many penalty points, but that's certainly not helping.
They managed to get the zone, but they didn't get Medaru out of there, so Medaru just needed to push back in with a few special and get that control back. Right now, Dominium back with the control, but it's a 3 versus 2 right now, and one side of the map is completely covered by the pencil that's painting at the same time.
Yep, yes indeed. There's a trade going on for the NZAP and the bucket, but they need the NZAP to be helping them painting and helping them support any pushes they're going to try and do. But there we go. That Inkjet is trying to find a pick again, but okay.
Dominium finds the groove.
Oh my goodness. In a sudden moment of clarity here, already they're up on the plat, and they were pushing them back, but one does go down. They've still got the zone though. They've still got the visibility to see where Medaru are coming from and what their next move is, which will help them be able to hold this. And they've almost got lead. Almost. They just need to keep. There we go, and there is lead.
It's really that Inkjet finding the picks that allowed Dominium to retake control, and they are not losing control right now. Though. They are in a 2 versus 4 right now, though, but they are making a lot of points, and Ateno just dancing there.
Oh my goodness!
Delaying things as much as possible. Keeping the fight going around the zone. No penalty still applied. It's a 2v2. It's 3 versus 1 right now. Dominium is going to keep it, and they're going to bring it to a game 3. I mean, like, that's their game, right?
Yes, it should. There we go. It should be. Oh, okay. Yeah, what was that? It's like they got what, a triple and then a quad, and then it was just like a different game. A completely different game.
It was a different Dominion. Like, they flipped the switch and decided, okay, we're going to win now. We are the ones that are going to stay near the zone, completely invincible, and there's nothing you can do. That was such, like, a reverse Uno card on the side of Dominion.
Yes, indeed. And I still don't really understand. Like, if you... On the team, on Medaru's side, you can only imagine that they're going, what just happened, right? I'm sure they went into that game, and especially since at the beginning of the game, they thought they had that in the bag, and then just it fell apart for them. They just were not able to stay alive.
It's like everything was going according to plan, and then suddenly, it took like nothing from Dominium. No penalty was applied. They just like kept the zone from them, and there's nothing Medaru could do.
Yep. Yes, indeed. And that does mean that we're gonna see a game 3, which, if you've ever watched a tournament, you know we love game 3s. We love to see tiebreaker matches and to see when both teams are against the wall and they're like, okay, it's all down to this. What are they gonna do, and how are they gonna pull out all the stops to win? So yeah, and it's gonna be tower control on Inkblot, which solid enough, yeah.
Yeah, it's it's always like a classic of tower control to have it on Inkblot. And let's see what both of these teams are going to do. We are for the tiebreaker. This is, I think, the last best of 3 in the tournament. From then on, it will be best of 5. But both teams like just keeping. Oh no, Dominium like keeping with what they have. Medaru dropping the Snipewriter, going with a Zap instead.
Yes, and also picking up that Junior to offer bomb spam plus shield. So it'll be interesting to see if this pays off, and it does seem already the backline is down on the side of Dominium, and there's definitely Medaru's trying to find the perfect times to push up and to maximize their aggressive potential here.
Yeah, Medaru opening very aggressive, like Dominium was very far back and letting Medaru take the space, take the paint, and right now Medaru are on checkpoint 1. There's no one to contest the tower right now. All the fights are so far from tower that tower is just going to move forward onto checkpoint 2 completely uncontested. Well,
yep. There we go. But that was so spread out, like all of those different 1v1s, like given some of them became 2v1s, etc. But they were so like separated from each other. And it was kind of just up to whoever as to whether or not which side kind of won their 1v1s and was able to actually keep control here, and it just so happened to be Dominium.
But now it's the range advantage going Dominion's side. Between the crab tank and the ballpoint, Dominium can really stay at bay and be so dangerous to Medaru without being themselves in any danger. The lead stays on the side of Medaru, but pretty much both of these teams are even right now.
Yep, yes, indeed. We see 3 players on Medaru go down, and the last one jumps back to spawn. They do get rid of that shield so that no one can jump in behind them. Very important to make sure. But this is... Oh, and there will be lead.
That's
and 3 down.
And with the cooler, all of Dominium should be back in there very fast with a crab tank, like just keeping things at bay. Gets punished. As you said, the Junior and the bombs.
Yeah, that's what it's there for. That's what it does best. Paint, bomb, and get you lots and lots of shields. Okay, immediate punish on that Zuka. They got 1 shot off and then nothing more.
Yeah, but Atenu, like just in there, surrounded right now, is going to try to get that pick, not getting it though. Very nice jump out on the side of Medaru. Medaru like struggling right now, and Zari, I just noticed we are exactly at 1 point difference.
Yeah, that's the only change between these two teams at the moment. Points wise, there's 1 point in it, and neither of them have that checkpoint.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just chaos in mid, and we are less than 2 minutes left here. This has been such a close fight, because neither, like 59-58 is not a winning score on this. It certainly is not. You cannot feel any kind of comfort, because you're not even through that second checkpoint.
Yeah, you have to at least reach the second checkpoint if you want to ensure that victory. Right now, both teams are just struggling to be there. The Boglo is on the tower, but the Dominion is just jumping into the fight. Eric just getting all the picks they can have, and they're still fighting on the tower. Everybody's jumping in, but Dominion is just staggered right now, and that's very good for Medaru, because Medaru winning that staggered fight. That's a free checkpoint for them, and that's a lot of points.
Yes, that is a much more strong lead that they are still increasing as we speak. Okay, already down to 20 here, but people just keep dying, specifically Dominium, right near the tower, because that, as we have talked about, is what Medaru's comp is made for. Medaru's comp is made to just kill you as soon as you get within range. And we can see that happening over and over and over again.
20 seconds left, no checkpoint and a wipeout. This is Medaru's game right now. And Dominion just needs to run at the tower, try to get everything they can. They stay alive in it, but not for long.
Not for long. Oh my goodness.
Not for long. Another wipeout, and that's game.
That will be indeed game. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, that was so even for so long, but it was just that jump onto tar, jump onto tar, jump onto tar scenario there that just made it fall apart. And that was specifically because of that the bubble shield. Because they needed, like, they couldn't get to it. Like, they probably should have stayed back and tried and thrown bombs and got rid of the shield as opposed to run straight into it. That was probably the better outcome here. But in the moment, they knew that they needed to keep them from getting lead, even though lead, yet again, was not a strong one at that moment for either team. Like, their points at that moment, like, it's fine if Medaru is able to push a little bit further ahead, as long as you can get them back out and get a push of your own. But yeah, it just snowballed.
Yeah, it's like Dominium. They threw everything that they had at that 1 point lead, trying to keep it, and they used, like, they took all the risks just to keep that bad lead, and Medaru just had to defeat that, and then Dominium was in complete panic and disarray.
Yep, there was no coming back from that. It was all, it just fell apart for Dominium. But yeah, that will be 2-1 to Medaru and Dominium as well, down to the losers bracket.
Yeah, it's not the end for them. They're going to go against Squid Emoji into losers bracket. Meanwhile, Medaru, they're going to go against Sif that we saw in the round 1. They both advance. And
they 2-0'd Oshinoko. Interesting indeed. But yeah, as we can see here, all of the round 3 matches are getting ready to be played as we speak. I'm not quite sure if no, Brownie, I may be told no, but we could talk through this break since everyone is kind of already played and into this round 3.
Sorry, Brownie really likes breaks, I think. So we're gonna go on a break for streamer to arrange things and make sure that everything is ready and well ordered, so that Brownie doesn't yell at us. So don't go anywhere. It's going to be very, very short.
Yes, it is.